Hello. Hello, everybody. Don't know what the vibe is today. It's Spinosaurus. I don't know what kind of vibe that describes, but the vibe is Spinosaurus. That's all you need to know. That the vibe is Spinosaurus. I'm back to a dinosaur because we did my character. I do want to keep up with dinosaurs no matter what. I always want to keep up with dinosaurs. That's for damn sure. Whatever I do. Whatever I do next, if I can't think of anything, I'll do dinosaurs. That said, I should do like I thought about doing like a Monster Hunter monster, but I don't know. But we're just gonna do my favorite weirdo. The reason why he's my favorite weirdo because his body doesn't make sense. So welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. We're just gonna have fun drawing one of my favorite boys. He's got such a weird shape to him. He's got such a weird shape to him, honestly, and I've always liked that. And we're gonna try a couple of different things. I haven't felt like I've done a profile of a dinosaur in a long time. I haven't done a profile in a while. I'll either do a profile or I'll do something kind of perspective-y. I haven't decided yet. I've been on a perspective-y thing recently. I haven't really done anything profile in a while. So maybe I'll do a profile. Profiles is usually profile can be easy. Should specify. Profile can be easy. But also, if I'm doing a square, I feel like I should take advantage of that. And I should also do it based on the dumb drawing I drew. And the dumb drawing I drew was shaped something more like this. So we're going to actually start with something more shaped like what I've already drawn. And then we're going to work on it from there. Always a big fan of specifically kind of like I've become a bigger fan of doing like drawings like that, right? Like where I start off with something more general with that little cartoony aesthetic and then working on it from there. I've also really liked this kind of posing as of late. I've really enjoyed kind of putting things at like a at different angles. It's been something I've been enjoying. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, Isaac MCCanary. It's a Spinosaurus kind of day. I'm going to be drawing dinosaurs. I'm going to be drawing dinosaurs. I'm going to be drawing one of my favorite dinosaurs. I've only drawn him like 20 times. I've drawn him a lot. I'll be honest, I've drawn a lot of Spinosaurus in my time. He's just a fun guy. He's just a fun guy to draw. I enjoy drawing him. And he's a big guy and he's got weird shapes. That's what I like about him. That he's a big guy and he's got weird shapes and nobody can agree on what the hell he is. Other than that, he's Spinosaurus. The only thing that anyone can really agree on is that he is, in fact, Spinosaurus. That's about it. Nobody can really agree on what the hell is with Spinosaurus, but everyone can agree that he is Spinosaurus. What do you mean by that? Mainly just that, for whatever reason, Spinosaurus has undergone an incredible amount of like debate as far as like what even the hell he is. And it changes almost yearly, it seems, it feels like, for anyone interested in studying the boy. But he's just so dang cool. I could never be mad at you, Mr. Spinosaurus. You're just so dang cool. We're gonna do here. Thinking of a weird kind of position there. We're just gonna have him sitting. We're just gonna have him kind of sitting. I'm in the past. I would look at I would look at a reference skeleton and try to draw like that reference skeleton, but I think this time I'm just gonna use the skeleton shape, give myself an idea of where everything is, and go from there. And this is just the sketch, so I do I always feel really good about what I've started doing as of recently, which is I've been very, very, very proactive in my artwork in being able to just get something on paper pretty quick, especially when it comes to paleo art. It's something I've really, really appreciated about my art recently. I feel like I'm able to bust it out to a certain extent pretty quick. Actually, flip that way. The reason why my reference is flipped the other way, so I need to do it this way. I do want it to go back the other way, but for now, I just need it like right there. So that way I can get an idea of what the eye is doing. And there he is, already busted. Boy is already busting. And I think for the claws, this will be interesting. They're actually surprisingly long. Like, his hands are surprisingly long. Also, you can't tell me things like Spinosaurus existing isn't like why dinosaurs isn't why dragon he feels like a dragon. He feels like a dragon, man. He feels like a dragon, man. Great. There we go. Something like that. Just want to really focus on getting all the shapes mostly right, as one does. Build it out a little bit more. This is actually kind of tough because I really want to showcase that he has like his foot tucked in. This might be one I'm gonna have to deal with first. But I also want to keep the the shape. I want him to actually have heft to him. Big guy. Spinosaurus is a big guy. Make his feet a little bit longer. Maybe we do something more like that. This is the hard part for me, is trying to properly show how that aligns. There we go. There he is. He's already here. Mr. Spinosaurus doesn't have to wait long. Not with me. The thing is that ribs going up here. Maybe more like that. This is something that I feel like I've been trying to focus on getting a little bit better at, is trying to do a little bit better at really placing a shape where it needs to go. Ooh, I like that, actually. Hold on. Cross his hand. Across his hands like this. God, Spinosaurus is a dragon. He just is. If you want the closest thing to what we think dragons looked like from mythology in a dinosaur, it's just Spinosaurus. Look at that. You can't look at that and be like, give it wings, it's a dragon. And I'll admit that. Like, that's kind of why I like Spinosaurus is really inspirational to like the imagination. Looks so cool. Just one of the coolest guys. Now, I'm gonna do stuff like this. A little bit more. I think his nostrils are actually like more up here. That's interesting. I never thought about that. This is also something interesting to consider, is how the teeth interlock, actually. Yeah, maybe we'll just keep it like that for now. This is an interesting element of a lot of things like this, where I believe, if I'm to do this correct, and because it's Spinosaurus, teeth should interlock top and bottom if they protrude. And that's the thing, is like, I'm not familiar enough, unfortunately. I have not been keeping up with it, but I don't know how many dinosaurs, if it's just general depiction or what, like if dinosaurs do have teeth that show, or if it's more like this, if it's more closed like that. I don't actually know. Let me see something. I need to check. more references. This is something I want to get better at. Is I want to be looking up a couple more references of also other artists. You know, like I want to see how other artists are interpreting the teeth. Interesting. So someone interprets the teeth as kind of like down like that. Thing is that Spinosaurus, being fish boy, very, very long teeth. Very, very straight teeth. Long, straight teeth are good for fish. T-Rex teeth are better for large animals, but the teeth that Spinosaurus have are actually specifically shaped in a way that they benefit it to be able to catch just big ass fish. They're not that great for anything else, from my understanding. Somebody had the teeth going something like this. Like that. And we have like a couple of things here. Like this-ish. Something like that. I mean, I do like that. That does look good. That out a little bit more. That go that way a little bit. I also don't know when they added this divot in the sail. I find that to be kind of interesting. I don't know when that got added necessarily. Just for guideline. I have a style in mind. One that I want to use more in general, and one that I'm just kind of like practicing. I wanted to do something like that. Try to do better. Getting a lot of the base work down in such a way that I can quickly go back over it pretty quick. There we go. Oh, Spinosaurus. Oh, Spinosaurus, my beloved. This is interesting. I need a line there to show that everything goes up like that. Something more like that. this is where I'm having a couple problems, but I'm figuring it out. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like I said, this is something I want to get better at in general, is being able to place where the actual shapes go. Like that, maybe? Thank you. It's only been, I busted this out. It's only been 25 minutes. I've already got him down. I'm glad you could tell who he is. That means I'm doing something right. I am. Welcome. I'm knocking out Mr. Spinosaurus. Just felt like doing a Spinosaurus today, honestly, is what it all just came down to. I don't know why. Like I said, I was just like, I was looking at it every time we finished my character drawing, and I'm always just like, I can always go do a dinosaur. What dinosaur do I want to do? Something about Spinosaurus. I just really, really enjoy drawing Spinosaurus. I wouldn't even call him my most favorite. He's definitely not my most favorite. It's funny, I think I drew my most favorite, like, at the beginning. When did I draw Utah Raptor? I don't remember. Kind of near the beginning of the year, or at least the beginning of... No, it was last year. It was like the beginning. It was near March, June. I did Utah Raptor. But anytime, I don't know why, I really like drawing Spinosaurus, though. Spinosaurus, as far as like a subject to draw, Spinosaurus is one of my favorites to draw. I don't know why. He's just fun to draw. He's like really fun to draw for me. I have no idea why. It always reminds me of somewhere between like when I start drawing like this, like a goose and a dragon. I really, really, really always have liked his weird shape. He's got a weird shape to him a little bit. He's got a bit of weird shape to him. Suchomimus is my favorite Spinosaurid. Suchomimus has always been my favorite Spinosaurid, but Spinosaurus himself has always been like super fun to draw. I've always really enjoyed drawing Spinosaurus specifically. I don't know why. Probably the big sail. I think the big sail helps. Big sail is nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Trying to get that shape. Again, this is just the sketch, and I have an idea how we're going to do this. When I get to a certain point, I don't want to put too much detail work into the sketch, because the sketch is just to lay down where I want all the bits. Where I want all the bits. Now here's the question. Oh, I know what I should do. Let's see. How big? I need a scale. I need a scale. So Spinosaurus is, oh wow. Okay. That's a good metric. That's a really good metric. Ah, really? All right. All right. All right. All right. I could do that. Here's what we're going to do. This is a good place for me to be. It's me. Scale. Always. I have an idea. There. There. It's a me for scale. It's a me for scale. I could probably fit in here. Lodosu, give me less to draw. And this is also a good idea. I also made my arm really, really long. I might have to make the leg a little bit bigger. And honestly, I need to be much smaller. If it's my torso. Oh, shit. I could have done something else, actually. Hold on. We can do this, right? Shrink it down a little more. There we go. Because I should really be no taller than the tail. I should really be no taller than the tail. Wow. I did not realize how big Spinosaurus is. Spinosaurus is kind of a big lad. Actually, I need to make this a little bit bigger. I need to be about that size, and I actually need to make the tail bigger. The tail is too small. Believe it or not, the tail is actually too small. About that tall. He's got a big tail. I knew, I just didn't even really know how big that tail be. Get on the right layer. This is a good idea. I would try to pet every dinosaur I could. Once again, I want to maintain that these cases are, if I could be this close to a dinosaur, I would. I'd probably die, but happy. I'd also be incredibly scared, but I would be happy. Like, I would say that's pretty accurate, obviously, you know. Be damned. I'm not an anatomically accurate human being, but I am for scale. I'm an anatomically inaccurate human. And this is an anatomically accurate Spinosaurus. I heard suspicious noises, I'm not going to worry about it. I heard suspicious noises, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. Here we go. We'll do something like that, and then buffer go white. Find. Just in case. I think I'll want this, but I always like to be safe when it comes to stuff like this. I think I got the right size on this and everything. This is just to make sure that if I want to rescale it now, if I want to rescale it now, I should do that. But I think I've got the right size and everything. I think I've got about the right size and shape and everything. He's just a big guy. He's just a big guy. He's just a big buddy. I really like that. I also like the composition of it. I really like the composition of that. That came out really, really nice. Honestly. Came out like perfect. I couldn't have asked this to come out actually better. Believe it or not. Yeah, this Spinosaur came out really, really good. And that's the thing. I'm always gonna have kind of like a weirder sense when it comes to stuff like this, but I do care about I care a lot about the actual uh-oh. Beans. Beans. Wrong layer. Oh, don't ever do what I just did. Don't do that. That could have been bad. That could have been really nasty, actually. Oops. I don't think I need to move the me this way. It's not. That foot is bugging me. Like that. Yeah. I kind of like the Spinosaurus looking at me like it's like, you sure you want to be there? It's fine. I'm just a little guy. He ain't gonna hurt. He wouldn't hurt me. I'm just a little guy. That maybe? Give him a little bit more volume. He really is just a big dragon. A boy and the dragon that he decided to sit by. He's not mine. He would kill me if he felt like it. He just doesn't feel like it right now. Ah, I like that. Yeah, this is coming along really nicely. He's just such a fun design. Like I said, if you want to draw a dragon and a dinosaur at the same time, you want the dinosaur that is a dragon in like body form. It's a Spinosaur. It's always gonna be a Spinosaur. They just have that vibe to me, man. I don't know. They just always have this kind of draconic feeling. It feels like. Can't look at that and not tell me that it's a that's not a dragon. Totally a dragon. It's totally a dragon. Totally looks like a dragon. I don't know. Be Dorgan. Art. It is a dinosaur, but also can't took like you can't look at this and not be like, this is probably why we think dragons are real, man. Like, look at him. Absolutely, I would be right here. Absolutely, I would probably die. Die. I would die happy. Hi, Silos. I always like when I add my little guy. I don't know why. I feel like I've gotten a lot more confident in that, so both like my design of my little guy, and it's also like just given me, I'll be honest, it gives me a little bit more confidence in my own body. I won't lie. I just want to be a cute guy, 'cause I am one. I just am one. Always have been, you know? Being able to depict myself like this just really helps me feel more like secure in some stuff, I guess. I don't know. It is kind of what I'm like. I'm just kind of a squishy guy. Like squishy in a not like cheap way. Wow, that came out really, really good though. Came out really, really, really good. I like it. Uh-huh. I'm glad everyone could tell that it's Spinosaurus. That's really what it's just Spinosaurus is also so iconic, man. I was saying earlier, I was like, I don't know why Spinosaurus isn't my favorite dinosaur, but I will attest that he's maybe my favorite dinosaur to draw. Like if you ask me to draw a Spinosaurus, I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, I'll draw Spinosaurus." It's very weird. Spinosaurus is genuinely one of my favorite subjects, just as far as like drawing a dinosaur goes. I find interesting and a little bit baffling for that matter. I can't explain why I like drawing Spinosaurus so much. He just anytime I have, he's come out really. This is like maybe now one of my favorite depictions of Spinosaurus I've ever done, but every time I've drawn him, I've really enjoyed drawing him. Also, always like people describe his mouth and his head as crocodile or alligator like, but I've always liked depicting it more like a pelican, like a pelican or a stork. Like he still's got a very bird like face. It's still a very bird like face, um, to me, anyways. That this is something I'm trying to get better at too. Is like actually adding these guiding lines so that way everything is shaped right. Man, that looks really good. I'm really happy how that came out. He's looking really really good already, and it hasn't been that long. I nailed this sketch like in less than an hour. I feel like that was insanely fast. Like other than maybe trying to clean up the feet and hands and making sure that everything else is like in the right position, I don't think there's much else I need to do with this. I think I could probably start getting to next bit here soon. Yeah, that's a little better. There we go. Something more like that. Yeah, that gives them a little bit more volume too. I like that. Ah, man, that's a tall order. You know I don't do that for free. You know I can't do that for free. They're in there though. You can see them. I think I got the position on that pretty well actually. I feel like. You tell that this is a foot. Amongst other things. Trying to tuck the foot underneath is what I'm trying to do. Yeah, just take it. Maybe we just take it and we move it up. Put it up here? Maybe? Nah, I think that's the best spot for it. It's kind of difficult to figure out what to do with it, honestly. I don't think there's much else I can do with it. If anything, I might need to move it. It's like if this backlight might need to actually move more towards me. Like the foot might need to actually be more like right around ish. There. This is the fun of having this be where I've shaped the stance and everything. Do something like that. How are you, Silos? Feel like feel like it's been a little bit of a not been bad. It's just been up and down recently. Definitely not bad. Not necessarily bad. Just yuck. Busy as usual and other things. Amongst other things. Good. I mean, that's good. Genuinely. Stuff has been. Stuff has been. Sure has been. Wow. Might actually have to reposition me a little bit. Like right ish. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Can't help get rid of that. I will say, no matter what, even if I'm like kind of tired or whatever, I have been on my game when it comes to my artwork and everything. Like that has been good. Like I've been really nailing it recently. I think been really really nice. Like without question, I've been on my game with my artwork, and I'm proud of that. No matter what, no matter what, I've been proud of that. Whatever's been going on or whatever's been stressing me out, my art has been good, and I've been keeping up with it, and it's maybe some of the most art I've done, like, period. Consistently. Consistently. This is the most art I've ever done, consistently. I hope you guys like it. You like that? You like that? I hope so. I do. Been a lot of work. Been a lot of work. Probably stand to make me a little bit bigger. That would be it. I could probably make me a little bit bigger. That's kind of hard to. Yeah, I think I'll make. Oh, jeez. I did it again. At least it was just that. It's just on the wrong layer. Oh, it's just on the wrong layer. Make myself more like this size. Yeah, about that size. Because I'm about 5'11". I'm about 5'11". Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's one thing I would always want to encourage with these, right? Is like, I like to remember dinosaurs as these big, incredible, strange animals. They probably were dangerous. Plenty of them were dangerous. But they're still animals. They're still animals. Like, that's something that's always important to remember is that they're just living animals. That's it. That's all. And if I could be in the position that I would be right here and not die, but be in the position I would be right here, I probably would. You know? Very much have that kind of interest in natural preservation anyways. That's something I've always been super interested in. I will say I did not grow up with the man, but I definitely have a deeper respect for him now. And I regret it. I regret it. I did not grow up with as much Steve Irwin as I should have. To be honest, I should have. He's now become more of an inspiration for me, but he was not. He was not my favorite when I was younger, and I kind of regret that. He absolutely deserves. He absolutely deserves to be commemorated for naturalism. He was a very very good person, and he did a lot of very very good work. And this is one thing that he's always gotten credit, or at least I would hear him get criticism for. But in reality, part of what made Steve Irwin so special is he would put himself in danger to try to prove a point, right? Like he was putting himself in danger to try to make it a point that like it's our responsibility. It's a little bit our responsibility. We can't just be like, oh, like oh, they're dangerous or oh, they're not. Like, yes, some animals can be dangerous, but it's about how you engage and interact with them and how you engage and interact with your environment. That's important to always remember. So, exactly. And even when he did, this is something I've always respected out of him that I started like that I picked up on after a certain point and started emulating myself is a really famous um interview of him holding like it was like a corn snake or like a small relatively harmless Australian snake. It was non-venomous. It was just a standard bush snake. Just call it a bush snake. Probably whatever their version of a corn snake is. I don't know what it was. And he's like talking about it, and like it just wraps around, and for whatever reason, it bites him. And that's something that when I think about it, like a lot of people made fun of when he was alive. A lot of people made fun of Steve Irwin about that. When in reality, that's something to respect. Is in that interview, he gets bit and he doesn't freak out. He doesn't get upset. He just stays calm and then gets the snake off of him, and then they move the snake away, and it's not a big deal. And I think that's something kind of good. That's like a good lesson to take away from that, right? Like the snake was scared for whatever reason, and it reacted in a way. And as the person that he is, and as a person as anyone should be, it's the right thing to do is to stay calm. Because the snake, even if it did something wrong, didn't know what was going on. So that's always something I've super respected him for is moments like that. Yeah. Hey, you make the joke, but really it didn't. Stingray didn't do anything. Doing what it does. A lot of and everyone who like has ever spoken about it and discussed it, it was a freak accident. Like I'm pretty sure the Stingray didn't know what was going on either. Steve Irwin probably didn't know what the hell was going on either. Like you need to just be able to read. You need to be able to interpret what something is doing. That's something I've gotten better at. Like, and sometimes you just gotta take those licks or take whatever when you're engaging with like an animal. Because like I have a cat, and I've had a couple times where I misinterpreted what he was doing, but now I know when he does certain things. I'm like, okay, I know you're gonna do that thing, but that just means I know he's gonna do it. I've kind of learned with my cat, with animals sometimes in general. Training isn't so much of turning something off as it is coercing them to do more things you want them to do and coercing them away from the things you don't want them to do. But if they do it, you just had to be like, don't do that, and then deal with it. Don't be mean to your animal. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't really do anything. Other than make your animal mean. Like, that's all it does. Yes, he did. No, I don't think he would either. Kristen Peps, Mr. Irwin. Your son is doing great work. Honestly, can we give props also to his son? His son just took up the mantle and he's doing great. Like he just was like, my dad was the guy. And then he became the guy. Like genuinely props to Steve Irwin's son. I don't know what connected and disconnected. Probably my probably my uh keyboard. That's the word I'm looking for. What's funny is I think I've got pretty much everything I want from that. I mean, I might just start doing the line work. So I'm going to try adapting my last drawing into this drawing. We're going to try the exact same process. So we got the sketch here, right? Got the sketch here. I might I might move me down a little bit, but otherwise I think it's good. Like, down more like right. I was covering. Oh, like more like right there ish. Just a little bit. Fun fiddling it. No, you know I can't do that. Twitch will get mad at me, and we don't eat. And also, dinosaurs, we don't even know what the size of their eye probably were. Probably had one of them weird limp ones. I know ostriches have one. Weird thing that ostriches. It's a weird thing that ostriches have. All I know. Ostriches got some weird bits. That's all you need to know. I love that he crosses his hands, actually. Such a fun detail. I wanted to... something more like that. I want it to be a little bit behind. Like that. Really want it to look like properly crossing his arms. Or she. Maybe this is a female Spinosaurus. You don't know. I'm not going to draw the gametes. Actually, it's not gametes. It is. Yeah, it is genitals. Yeah, it's genital. That's the right term. Sex organs. I'm not going to draw them. And I would make that the VOD if I wouldn't get in trouble. Like that. A bit more to the claws, I think. Can't be happy with a big sail, huh? Can't be happy that they have a big sail, huh? You sick? You sick? Hey, I need you. Oh, okie dokie. All right, now I know what I'm doing later. That's all I needed to know. Damn, this came out really, really good though. Tail not good enough for you too, Silos? Ugh. how big his tail is. It's got such a big tail. What I find interesting about specifically Spinosaurus's hands is the claws are all really, really big. That goes without saying, but it's really that inner claw that's weird, bigger than everything else. It's just so why. If anybody knows, you know why. I mean, this could have been defense, could have been anything really. I also don't know if it would have had feathers or not. Could have been like a big duck. Maybe I'll just do a naked Spinosaurus because I'm lazy. Maybe I will just do a naked Spinosaurus because I'm lazy. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I really like how he came out. And once again, just sometimes I'm just like, what do I want to draw? I draw the thing. I'm like, fuck! I didn't think I was going to draw this. I really didn't. I didn't think if you would have looked at me today and been like, you're going to draw the Spinosaurus, like, faster than you ever have before. I'd be like, sure, I will. Then I always catch myself off guard with it every fucking time. It's like, God, I really did. Didn't mean to. Didn't fucking mean to. It happened that way. But I do really like how that came out. Yeah. I also like the composition on it. I like how it frames it. Nice use of the thirds there. This is something I'm learning is like thirds it's just like a suggestion. The thirds are a suggestion. Like if I go to the grid, say we go to the grid. The grid didn't help. The grid did not help in illustrating what I wanted to say. So if we look at this, look at the thirds. Like, get an idea. Let's say this is 1/3. This is one. Wow, that's way too. That's way too fine. This is 1/3. This is 1/3. This is 1/3. That's one. Kind of lines up really well. You get a nice spot, right? But it doesn't have to line up perfect. This is the thing about the rule of thirds as well, is that it doesn't have to line up perfect. There's just something really satisfying about seeing something that draws your attention in one of these four spots, right? And your eye kind of travels to those spots, and there's something relatively there. But it doesn't have to be right perfect. At least not for me. That's not required to a certain extent. There we go. Now, we're gonna do start line work. Do layer opacity just slightly enough that you can still see everything underneath. I'm going to start line work. Going to start the line. It should be nice and relaxing. Hell yeah. Sir, why are you being so nice? Screamer's here. Like that. And I want to just add ever so slightly a little bit of detail work. And a little bit of texture to everything. Zoom in. Zoom in. And I do think this is a style that I'm going to really, really start leaning into more. Because it still feels like paleo art, but I like the stylization that I go for a lot, too. There we go. Just that contour line art, man. I just really enjoy doing it for some reason. I don't know why. Always been kind of that style I've had. Eh, I'll leave that blank for now. Huh? And something like that. I love his comb. Little comb on his head is nice. Huh? Like that. Never tried a mohawk. Don't think I should though. Still, Filipino. Now, if I grew a giant dorsal sail, that might be different. Hmm. Something more like that, maybe? It's kind of a tough spot, so I'm just gonna have to kind of wing that. I'd actually terminate those points to actually intersect with with those lines, so that way I don't have to redraw them or get any of those artifacts. Kind of like that. Nope. More like this. There we go. More like that. I'm making the eye more round because I don't necessarily want to make it look angry. Anything, I liked its kind of like more inquisitive look. I liked the more inquisitive look. Would be more like that, right? Yeah, that would be. Something more like that. This is also something I'm trying to do a little bit better is like when I notice when I do something like that where I'm like, oh, I could just draw it differently. I should. That way it'll look better and it'll make more sense. Yeah, that's what I... Nope. More like that. Let's go there. More like that, maybe? Oh, that's... That would be a nice detail, actually, yeah, if we want the sun coming from the other direction. You'll see. That's a good idea. Like that. Like the sounds of that. Or do something more like that. This to go that. And something more like this. What are you being all upset for, sir? What are you being all grouchy for? I think my cat has learned that door is associated with outside, so he's developed a bad habit. At first, I was like, man, is there... Because he was like, I think this started yesterday. I think I mentioned it. I was like, are you trying to get inside of a creep? Are you trying to get inside the drawer because there's a creature in there? I don't think so. I actually think what he wants is uh, uh he anything he can open, he thinks will take him outside because he's a weirdo, buddy. So he's like outside, and I'm like, that's not outside. That's a drawer. It's a drawer. He's like, if open outside, right? And I'm like, no. He just wants to go outside. Even though he just was outside earlier, actually. This is a cat thing. This is a cat thing. Cats don't actually know what they want half the time. They will beg you for it. They'll beg you for it even though they don't know what it is. They will beg you for it. And what I mean by it, I mean like just something they want, but they don't actually know what they want. The cat could know what it wants. It would just tell you. It can't. Ooh, that came out really good, actually. That's actually exactly how I want that to look. That's like perfect. The other hand's a little bit me, but that came out really, really well for the other hand, though. Funny is, oh, had it the most upside down it could possibly be. Okay. Well, it is 4:30, so depending on how long it takes you, we might not be here much longer, but I will try to hit at least. I'll either try to hit close to 2.5, if not at least 2.25 hours. We'll see. We'll see. I'll just get close to quarter. I was like, I'll do 2.5, and I was like, I actually now have a bunch of stuff I need to do, so I might not be able to do 2.5. But I mean, we got a lot of good work done for the amount of time that I took. I mean, that's pretty good. If I was here doing this, sitting next to a Spinosaurus touching it, I could die happy. Means he'd probably eat me and I'd still be happy. Getting so noisy, buddy. Did hey ah yeah, such a screamy boy. Such a screamy boy. Such a screamy boy. I don't even know what he wants. Probably outside. What? So needy. He's so needy. I don't want to like try to capture that divot a little bit better. It's so weird. Just a weird divot, man. Just a weird divot, man. Maybe it doesn't do. Maybe I don't need to capture the divot. There we go. Maybe I just need to add a couple details like that. Yeah, I do. This is something I picked up on doing more and more is these like little lines to be able to guideline a little bit better. Even know why they're so helpful, but they are helpful. They add just like a little bit more texture, I think. They help add a little bit more texture and a little bit more flavor. Like that. Line there. And I mean, for the contour, this is pretty good. This is starting off to be pretty good. Yeah. Yep. He's solid to me. Need it to be more like that. Need it to be larger. That outer claw has always been weirdly big. You really know that. He just drew another Spinosaurus. Keep saying it's not even his favorite. Why does he keep doing that? I like him. Look cool. Fun to draw. Lots of reasons. Something like that. That. That kind of stuff is the kind of stuff I like doing with my line work. Is just doing weird tapers and stuff like that. I don't know why. I think it always helps to give it a little bit more definition. That just so that way I can get a little bit more rounding on the snout. Perfect. Yeah, that looks good. I like that. I could try coloring him really fast. Honestly, if I could get the matte down, and the next time we just do the render. Like I said, I got this down really, really fast. Really, really fast. Ew. This is kind of green. Doing. Hey, why? I'm crazy. Doing what he does best. Just think really carefully about how colors like that are going to move around. This is just the matte base color anyway, so... God damn, that came out really good. That came out really, really good. I don't know why this is the style that I picked up on, but I really think it works well for me. It works well for my kind of workflow. And whilst every now and then I might return to more attempts at like more traditionalist art using fresco, since fresco does have pretty good tools for it. Like this is also just an illustration style I want to build out anyways. I think it comes out really, really nice when I can work on it. So uh, that blank for now. Do think I'm gonna keep all of that blank for now. Color inside the lines, Isaac. You can be a big boy. Color inside the line. I'm an adult. I mean, I've seen a lot of those drawing tools. I really should get into them. I've seen some of them. They look very, very convenient. You just go to an area and then it just builds into the thing, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. Just can't help it. Like having this kind of not even about control. I just like having this kind of like coloring feel. I like coloring. I do like the act of coloring, and I like the feeling of coloring. Oh, I'll come back. It'll be fun. So this might have to be a little bit smaller, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this part out. This might have to be more like that-ish. I either need to erase or redraw that line, which is fun. I don't know. I have to figure that one out. I'll have to figure that part out. That's a weird part. That's a weird part I'll have to figure out. I Sure. Funny is I don't really have a shirt like this anymore. My burgundy shirt kind of got fucked up. The closest shirt I have to this is actually plaid, and it's also kind of fucked up. Not wearing it as much. If I could find a shirt like this, this is my preferred look actually. This is the color of shirt I like most. Kind of a burgundy, red, purple. Like it. Or a maroon. Always a big fan of a maroon. A little bit darker. But just focus on coloring it. The lights come later. Like I said, we're experimenting a little bit with the rendering style. Means I have to block in all the colors. Colors are just getting blocked in, and then we'll render it later. That's what matters. Oh, not even 5 o'clock, so I'm making good time, honestly. Color I want from... Yeah, that is the color I want from me. Yeah, that is the color I want for me. I think that'll be good. And underside. Definitely want. Trying to decide color I want. Color him like my favorite guy, the Hind. I'm not actually trying to make him look like a Hind, but the Hind is kind of the idea I'm going for. The whole point in the Hind is that it's colored specifically lighter on the bottom, darker on top. And that's actually a phenomenon in a lot of aquatic creatures, is to have a much lighter top, or a much lighter bottom and a much darker top. So that way, if you're underneath it, you can't really see it because it kind of blends in with the sky. And if you're above it, you can't really see it because it blends in with the bottom. A pretty normal coloration pattern in a lot of predators, a lot of aquatic predators. Which is why the hind is an aquatic predator. What's funny is I feel like that isn't so much an aerial thing. I don't think you see that in that many aerial predators. I don't think aerial predators really do that, but definitely a thing amongst swimming animals. Definitely a thing amongst swimming animals. This. We'll go actually all the way out from it. I know what I should make for dinner. I know what I should make for dinner. Don't worry, I know what I should make for dinner, guys. That's all you need to know. Is I wasn't sure what I was going to make for dinner, and now I know. That's all you need to know. And I definitely know what I'm going to make for dinner now. He's a big duck. I made him look like a big duck, and it makes me happy. It does make me happy. He's got kind of a big duck face. I've always thought that Spinosaurus has like kind of a duck or a goose face. Don't mind the teeth. Mind not the teeth. Ooh, I do like that though. That looks good. That. Maybe something more like that. As for eye, ooh, I do like that blue actually quite a bit. Much better. That actually, yeah, that's what I was doing. Was needing. The lines were actually too dark on the eyes. I needed to brighten it up a little bit. Brightening it up helped quite a bit, in fact, with that. I also think that this is looking quite nice. I also think this is looking quite nice. There, black. 5. Very careful. Something more like that. Just kind of give it a guiding line. Now, this has always been something kind of interesting about Spinosaurus, right? Is like, I gave it those colors, and yet it still has this big freaking spine, right? Like, what's the deal with that, buddy? What am I supposed to do with that? Orange color bone. Let me do this. I think for a base color. Yeah. Hard not to, man. It's a simple, good color to put there. That or I could just make it like a really dark green. Make it a really dark green, actually. I'm gonna go here, right? Go much darker. This kind of reinforces my going for a more... Yeah. This is a female one. We actually don't know. We don't know if the spine was... Well, actually, I don't know if we know. I don't know if we know, but I don't know if if there is or is not evidence whether or not the spine is bisexual. Is dimorphic. So the word I'm looking for is uh bimorphic sexuality, I think. No. I'm looking for whatever the word is for when something is found in the male of the species and not in the female. I thought it was dimorphic, I believe. Been a while. Been a while since I've looked into that, okay? Don't look into it very often. No reason. But it too is kind of a natural phenomenon, actually. I know you could look at humans and be like, it's not that weird, we got that shit. And it's like, well, when you think about it, there's a lot of animals that you can look at and you can't tell them apart. You can't tell them apart without looking at their their fiddly bits. And then there are animals that you can look at and you don't even need to look at their fiddly bits to know if they're male or female. Humans, we're very attuned to that, but there is an argument to be said. Well, no, we have pretty strong sex characteristics. That is one thing that is defining as human beings, as living things. That is a thing. That's it. That's all I want to say on that. That's all. we we possess them. We possess the capacity for them. From a purely biological standpoint. That's it. Ooh, I do like this color thing scheme I'm going with, though, actually. I think I am looking for sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism is the word I'm looking for. I don't know the like adjective for that, or the noun, I guess. Like to be like parts that make an animal sexually dimorphic. I don't know the right term for that. I do not know if Spinosaurus has that. Don't know. I think not. I don't think so. I think at least the spine has been determined to be both in male and female specimens. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Need a couple more things I need to do, but this is almost done for today. I think I'll also share the sketch because I think the sketch came out really really good too. That might be something I want. One thing, God, once I freaking can get this one thing done, one thing I've been meaning to try to do is I've been meaning to try to do a speed, like make a speed draw video. Like if I can do a speed draw like this or my last drawing, I can even imagine that it wouldn't be that long. It wouldn't be that hard. I know how I would do it. They don't seem like they're that hard to make. Not to like insult anybody who makes them. I mean, I should be making them too. They don't seem that hard to make. I don't know how I would go about it. There we go. Yeah, that looks really, really good. And then I've heard, I think for backgrounds moving forward, like I should make backgrounds be lighter or darker. I should make backgrounds be darker. This, oh, that looks really good. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, hi, Phaedra. Started in the middle of Phaedra. They do that to me. Why does it say I'm offline? Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Twitch is just being fussy baby. I was almost like, Twitch, why? No, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, actually, it's fine. So I'm going to do a couple more details here. Need to do the claws. Need to do the claws, which I usually do dark color. I don't know why. I prefer darker claws. And I need to make sure to get everything matted in. Because if I want to do a coloration, if I want to do a background, to make sure that this is all no white. Essentially, I need to make sure there's no white. Or as little as possible. There might be some artifacts, but there needs to be as little as possible. It does need to be white. Oh, I'll actually save that for later. And the teeth. I'm actually going to take this color and we're going to make it even lighter. No. What's funny is I can't quite perfectly do it. So what I need to do next, probably, I need to put that background and then I'm going to put white back in. I think the teeth should stay white. Yeah, the teeth should stay white. Everything else I think is good. That's a good base color to start with, and then we'll render next time. So what I need to do now, I'm going to fill it. Keep it green for now, but need white back. Cancel. So many artifacts. So many artifacts. I might make it blue. Honestly, I should make it a blue background. Oh my god, so many artifacts. It's so weird that that's the part that seemingly to me is all the belly stuff. That has the most artifacts. I wouldn't have expected that. But I should do here like blue there. Something like that. Yeah, like that. That's a good blue. I like that. It's like perfect actually. Yeah, that came out so good. I'm really excited to finish that. Oh, Spinosaurus, my love. Spinosaurus, my love. Big boy. Look at him. He's just chilling. Just chilling. Me and Spinosaurus can just chill. We can just chill, I think. I like that we're looking at each other. That is something I really appreciate, is that we're just staring at each other. What I'll do... I need... this. First off, black. Why is it doing that? Not even what I copied. Well, looks like I do have to type. I didn't remember if I had to type it out or not. Damn, 1950. I didn't realize. I did not realize it was that old. Gotta use my favorite font. Always got to use my favorite font. Always got to use the smartest font. Going to get this to work, though. I could put it here, I think. I either put it there or I put it up here. Yeah, I should. Put that up there. And then we put, yeah. This is a detail I always want to add. Human. Man, there weren't people. I've already probably made this joke. Man, there weren't people before 1785. Shit. Damn. Question is can you tell them? Can you tell which is which? Like that? Yeah. That. I think that's a good way to handle that too. Let me reposition you. Let me reposition you. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I quite like that. I need to stop doing a thing. I keep on reopening a like scab on my arm. I have a bad habit of doing that. Can't help it, man. Apparently I've been picking at scabs since I was a baby. I feel like I did that a lot when I was a kid too. Help it. Can't help it. Just like to do it. Yeah, that came out really good though. I'm excited to see how that finishes off. I think I need to move one more thing. A little bit more down here. More like that, right? Do this. Sign it. All good. Thank you, Tangerine Dream. I appreciate you. I do really like Tangerine Dream. Got such a good vibe. The more times I write my name like this, the better I get at it. Nah. Eh, like that. Something like that. One more. This one just needs to be signature. What is happening? Stop it. Sometimes things just don't want to cooperate. I don't understand why. think I want to do that anymore. Go down to a 5. Yeah, like that. Just like that. So that way you can tell. Maybe? Maybe? I mean, that's probably the best thing. I'm going to do my signature on that. Put me up there. Gonna move this down a little bit more. More like that. Perfect. Yeah. I think that's the best it's going to be. I mean, I need to move this a little bit more, but I think this is going to be the best that I'm going to get it for now. This is always something that I kind of struggle with, which is keeping it in a good scope a little bit, but I think I got there. I think I got there, and that's what matters. There he is, the boy. I love him. I'm really excited to finish that. He looks great. I really like how he came out. And again, I'll probably do one more then. That was 2 hours. God, that 2 hours. Oh boy, it was about to. Yeah. This is about as much time as I have. So I called it. Now I got to figure out dinner and else stuff. I actually have to do some stuff. So that's all the time I have for this. That's a good start. I think that's a pretty good start. I'm pretty happy with how this has come out. I like it. I like it. I just want to draw myself with all the dinosaurs. I'm going to try to draw myself with as many dinosaurs as possible. That's really what it's coming down to. And I mean, I'm always going to enjoy Spinosaurus. Like I said, I don't know what it is, but Spinosaurus I just really vibe with. Spinosaurus and I vibe really, really well. He's one of my faves. He always will be one of my faves. I mean, just judging based on this, like, I just knock him out, man. Super fun to draw. He's super fun to draw, and I love drawing him. If I start doing that, I'll have to do the whole thing. We'll call it there. I can't. I can't do that. Or else I would do the whole thing. Hey, you. No. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and open up Innacurate. We're going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to get ready to raid out. So, before we go, you can do one more thing. We're going to make an image together. If you want to help out, all you got to do is type in chat. Whatever chat says, I'll use as a reference. And I'll type it into Bing, into Bing Create, which is an image generator, and then I'll share the image before we raid out. So, cuddling with the Spinosaurus next to his tail. And I'll give you guys like 30 or 40 seconds to add to that. I gotta figure out what I gotta do next. What I gotta do next. I'll see if I might not have actually time to make dinner today. I might have to bullshit dinner. We'll see. Yeah, I'm having 45:30 after check. I don't even know check. But yeah, he's just one of my favorite. Cuddling with Spinosaurus next to his tail. It's just one of my favorite guys. All right. I'm going to go ahead, let this juice. We'll let it juice. I'm going to let it juice. We just gotta give it the juice. All right. Stick around to the very end. I also do a bit of a closing bit. We do raid after every stream, so that way the Daywalkers in our chat can keep watching. Just everybody else out there, make sure to go lock your doors and windows because it's almost lunchtime for Daywalkers. And thank you for joining, everybody. Hope you had a good time and you enjoyed the show. If you're able to join the live show, thank you for stopping by and chatting and watching. If you're watching this in the future, thank you for taking the time to go back and rewatching the VOD. We appreciate it. If you're out there and you enjoyed this and you want to see more of what we're up to, I recommend scrolling down below and following or clicking any of the links below. There's a link to an Instagram, or there's a link to all my socials as well as a Discord. Post when we go live on any one of those platforms, as well as anything else that we're up to, and just generally, you can come hang out with the rest of the community on there. It's a good time in the Discord. Speaking of which, a shout out to our community there and everyone who follows. You guys are a wonderful audience and we appreciate you. If we do anything particularly entertaining or noteworthy, feel free to clip it and share it on the internet. Just make sure also hashtag it with MCCanary or link it back to the stream so people can find more of the good stuff we do here. And if you want to see the stream grow, you gotta let people know. I appreciate that people have been talking about the stream and I encourage you guys to do it more. It is a super rad thing that you guys are doing. And I do encourage you guys to do it more. And I'm just glad we're doing things that you guys want to talk about. So go tell people about the stream. Go tell your friends about the stream. Go talk about the stream. I won't. And as always, a huge thank you to Motrip and all of our supporters on Patreon and Twitch. Your generosity allows us to continue to expand the stream as well as take on more projects. And the stream would not be made possible without viewers like you. So we thank you. If you want to see your name added to this list, as well as a couple other benefits you get, you could always subscribe directly on Twitch or check out the Patreon page here. It'll show you everything that you can get, and any amount is always appreciated. Once again, thank you. Thank you, Drew Mods, do a wonderful job holding back the robot army to prevent him becoming famous. And thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Get you through housekeeping to get you on your way. Check out the rest of our friends in Goblin Entertainment here. That link tree has links to everyone's channels and everything that they've done, they've been up to, and my own stuff here, which has everything that I've posted too. So you should go check everybody out. Goblin Entertainment. All right. They're actually live. Let's go say hi to paleontologizing. Let's go tell them I drew a dinosaur. So we'll go say hi to them. They're super rad. They're a paleontologist. It looks like they're covering something about Triceratop evolution, which sounds kind of interesting. I'm excited. So everybody go say hi to them. Otherwise, have a good afternoon. Take it easy. And remember, he might be big. He might even have big teeth. I'm sure Spinosaurus can be friend. I'm sure Spinosaurus can be a friend. Ah, jeez, that's not what I meant to share with you. That's just Spinosaurus's bones. Oh, these are cute. These are adorable. I'm jealous. Why can't I make something like this? I should make something this cute. Look at how cute that is. This one's just weird.